Ever heard the phrase, flirting with danger? Well, a group of 200 to 500 individuals in the Netherlands called the Audi Gang took this phrase quite literally. United by a common mission, which is blowing up ATM machines and making a speedy escape in none other than the sleek, coveted Audis, they are famous for their crimes worldwide. But how did a gang manage to stay one step ahead of the law, all while robbing ATMs and making daring getaways in Audis? Stay tuned with us to captivate the Audi Gang's audacious story. Let's start with their strategy with the police. Their plan was so repetitive, it's like they were giving the cops a play-by-play guide. Blow it up, hop in the Audi, and skirt away. It's like they were aiming for predictability, giving the authorities a front-row seat to their every move. This gang was unlike any you've seen. Forget about movie-style gangs with fancy names and leaders. The Audi Gang is different. No names, no bosses. It's like they were making things up as they went along. But as you know, big risks can lead to big problems. These guys weren't scared of taking chances, but sadly many of them faced serious consequences. People got hurt, things got damaged, and innocent lives were affected. Their adventures are far from the exciting tales they probably hoped for. They aren't just driving fast cars and causing explosions. They are a team with different skills. It's like they were putting together a puzzle, and each person had a special piece. Its members are Dutch people from two large Dutch cities, Utrecht and Amsterdam, as per the reports. The young criminals belonged to the Moroccan descent and operated the crime as individuals or worked together in different teams, depending on their individual expertise. Let's delve deep into their working strategy. They construct a team of 3 to 4 members so that every skill needed to smoothly carry out their mission is readily available. For instance, one member is responsible for blowing up the cash machine with gas and other explosives, while another steals the getaway vehicle, namely the Audi, and drives it to their destination. In contrast, the remaining members collect the cash from the exploded machine's drawers. This is how they coordinate for a successful bank robbery. But brace yourself for what the police uncovered. Even tutorial videos circulate among gang members, guiding them on how to use explosives and which strategy to follow for a safe and successful mission. This proves that the members are damn serious and professionally trained. Now let's rewind and take a closer look at how the Audi Gang got started with their explosive adventures. They firstly kicked off by targeting cash machines right in their home country, the Netherlands. Here's the deal. The Netherlands had lots of cash machines all over the place. It seemed like the perfect opportunity for the gang. But things didn't go as planned. The government decided to remove over 1,000 cash machines in the past 3 years, especially the ones near houses, to avoid causing trouble. Now you might wonder, why the sudden change? Well, the banks got smart. They made their cash machines super strong and introduced ink bombs. These bombs would burst if someone tried to blow up a machine, making the money useless. The gang's plans hit a roadblock. So the gang tried using stronger explosives, but things didn't work out either. The numbers tell the story. Fewer heists each year, 72 in 2019, 30 in 2020, only 12 in 2021, and just 10 in 2022. The gang had to come up with a new plan. And here's where it gets interesting. Instead of giving up, the gang decided to go to other countries like Germany and Belgium. Why Germany? Well, they still had old-fashioned cash machines that were easier to break into. Their plan stayed pretty much the same. One person would get a getaway car while others would handle the explosives. They pumped gas into the machine, sealed it up with glue, and boom, the explosion would open the front and they'd grab the money. Pretty clever, right? But again, the gang encountered a new hurdle. The banks got even more smarter. They started adding smaller openings in the machines, making their explosive tricks less effective. So what did our audacious crooks do? They upgraded to stronger explosives, leaving behind the old tricks like gas. Instead, they got sneaky, sliding their explosives through the money outlet. But that's not all. They had a real boom plan in place. Get this, they would wait around the corner, ready with a wire to set off the explosion. Once the dust settled, they'd swoop in and grab the cash cassettes. And if everything went off without a hitch, they'd hop into their trusty Audis and zoom back to the Netherlands, loot in tow. And here's a curveball for you. Sometimes they traded their speedy Audis for unnoticed bikes. They'd patiently wait at a nearby garage while the police investigation cooled off, then casually pedal their way back home. Now that's what I call a stealthy exit. But let's be real, guys. Every adventure comes with its own set of risks, and the Audi gang was no exception. There were moments when their luck ran out, leading to arrests and even tragic losses. In one heartbreaking incident on September 5, 2020, a 29-year-old man lost his life. Shockingly, this wasn't during one of their explosive heists. It was during their practice phase, testing out ATM machines in Utrecht. He was trying to learn the ropes, figuring out how to handle explosives. But sadly, a wrong move led to a fatal explosion, ending his life on the spot. Then, in the year 2016, tragedy struck once again during a high-speed getaway after the gang had just hit a phone store in Krefeld, Germany. Their Audi RS4 was tearing down the road at a breakneck pace, but the driver lost control, sending the car crashing into a tree. The impact was devastating. One of the gang members lost his life on the spot, another breathed his last at a nearby hospital, and the third survived but was left paralyzed from the waist down for life. The car, initially reported as missing, was later found by the police. And what a discovery it was! Inside the car, they stumbled upon a treasure trove of explosives and equipment, giving a chilling glimpse into the gang's dangerous ambitions. Moving on to 25th of July, 2017. The gang pressed on, determined to fulfill their mission. But their luck took a nosedive when the Dutch police got wind of an ATM explosion in Wesel, Germany. As the gang raced back to their home base in Utrecht, the long arm of the law caught up with them at lightning speed. The driver, Bobby, found himself cornered as he crashed the car near a roundabout. And what do you know? The police struck gold once again, recovering phones, bulletproof vests, gloves, and an array of equipment crucial for their ATM-blowing escapades. Bobby and his partners in crime didn't escape justice. They were handed jail sentences ranging from 3 to 7 years. Now get ready to meet the most sought-after member of the Audi gang, or should I say, the most successful capture by the police. In a series of intense house searches across the Amsterdam-Utrecht, the Hague Triangle sent shockwaves through the underworld. And guess who got caught in the police's net? None other than Tarek B., the big fish that has been making waves in the headlines. Tarek B., a 35-year-old from the Utrecht region, is believed to be a key figure in the notorious Audi gang. This alleged mastermind had quite the resume. They say he orchestrated explosions that rocked hundreds of ATMs in Germany. This big fish was handed over to Germany on December 9, 2021, and he's been cooling his heels in a German prison ever since. His laundry list of crimes includes at least 7 bomb attacks on ATMs across the border, including in the state of Lower Saxony, plus he also had to answer for attempted murder because of a completely out-of-hand robbery in Schuttorf, which is about 20 kilometers across the border near Oldenzaal. The explosion caused a fire that completely burned down a house above the room with the ATM. Thankfully, a father, mother, and their child were rescued at the last minute. According to the police, B wasn't just a bystander. He was right there in the action, executing or coordinating these explosive operations over the span of 2 years. By following that, the number of explosions in Germany rose sharply by 2020. With 414 cases, it was no less than 65 more than in 2019, the German Federal Criminal Investigation Service reported in June in its annual report for 2020. They didn't just stop there. The loot they grabbed reached new heights, hitting about 17.1 million euros, up from 15.2 million euros in 2019. Money was raining down on them like never before. What do you think the future holds for the Audi gang? Will they continue to evolve, or is their explosive era coming to an end? Comment your thoughts below.